This is the first race of the second half of the season. Welcome everybody to the Hungaroring and our venue for round 13 of RCR Season 5. A track which has been likened to Monaco but without the barriers. Built in just 8 months, this circuit has become a mainstay of the Formula 1 calendar. 4.381 kilometers of circuit, 14 corners, 8 of them go right, 6 go left. The track has 2 DRS zones, both of which are triggered by the single DRS detection zone just before the final corner. So then, on board with Huff and Dolbach going down to the first corner. He's going to want to get it absolutely pinned down and then let the car roll in. You can see there, he's sticking it in third gear. That's because this track really doesn't have many slow corners, and those that it does, you can still roll and hang out the speed. Gets tucked in nicely. Wants to avoid that inside curb though of the hairpin of turn 2. Now, brave as you can, hang it in, gear down twice, almost no braking there into turn 4. You want to avoid the exit curb just on the outside there, the sausage curb, and as you can see, clipping the inside of that chicane. Doing very well at the moment is Huff and Dolbach. It's looking like a very good time already. Hitting the ground running, these drivers are. Of course, for the uninitiated, if you look down in the bottom right of your screens, you'll see the track map. Every time that flags up purple in a certain sector, that means that that driver has gone fast as everybody. Huff and Dolbach will do that because he's the first one on the track at the moment, setting a time in all 3 sectors, cross the line, and it's a 1:15.2 for Huff and Dolbach. Really displays just how tricky this circuit is. A lot of the time through this sector, you're not even braking, you're just lifting off and gauging exactly where to apply the throttle again. And Slaz is going fastest of anybody so far. 2 purple sectors for him. He's going to come round the hairpin of turn 13. Incredibly difficult as Lex goes fastest with a 1:14.616. Can Slaz go faster than him? He's got 2 purple sectors already. He's coming up to the start finish line. It's a 1:14.3. Slazenger of Volvo takes provisional pole early on in this session. CJ so far in 4th place. Didn't qualify well in Britain, but that didn't really make much of a difference, did it? Still finished 2nd in the race. And there's no points for qualifying. Let's see. Across the line, it's a 1:14.353. Goes fastest of anybody in the session so far. On to provisional pole. I Mr. DJ CJ goes. Lex desperately trying to get himself back into contention for this championship. He's currently 53 points behind I Mr. DJ CJ. The last time that he led the championship was back in Miami, which was some good amount of races ago. Here comes Lex then, through the second sector. He's invalidated his lap time. I've just noticed Lex has invalidated his lap, which means that he's not going to be able to improve on his time. BXTN is next on the road. Let's see what BXTN can do. Lex is resigned to start on the front row provisionally. BXTN is going 6/10 faster though. This is absolutely to the wire for BXTN. He's only done 1 proper run at it with a 1:15.0. 6/10 faster in the first and second sectors is going to be around a 1:14.4. Is he going to be able to gain that extra 2/10 over the rest of the field? He crosses the line. It's a 1:14.3. Somebody spun out on track. Websy has spun out on track. Where is everybody else? I'm Mr. DJ CJ coming across the line. Goes with a 1:14.2. He does not improve. Websy can't improve because he's spun out. Micromash 12 seconds down on his time. That, I think, is your entire qualifying session over. Sancho's going a 10th faster. He's about to cross the line and he puts in a 1:15.2, so goes slower. Okay then, so let's run down the final qualifying order. So Slazenger of Volvo clinches provisional pole away from Lex, who couldn't take the final lap because he invalidated it, couldn't make his final attempt. Them two start on the front row. On the second row, I'm Mr. DJ CJ and BXTN. On the third, Websy and Huff and Dolbach. On the 4th row, Michael Mash and the guy that's 2nd in the championship binary, 7th and 8th. David Kovalaki and Sanchud round out your top 10. And then it's Assassin Savage, Ace, Reese Max and Cottony Goblin, who did not set a time. And the lights go out. It's the start of the Hungarian Grand Prix for RCR. Slazenger Volvo takes off, but Lex looks like he's got a better start. He's already slotting in behind Slaz, who's trying to defend his very much well-earned pole position. And 3 wide into turn 1 to go. Several cars already squabbling for position. BXTN and Mr. DJ CJ has fallen down a place, but has managed to come right back at BXTN. He's going to try and hang it round the outside of turn 2. Doesn't manage to get it to stick, though, as well. Unfortunately for him, there's not very much traction outside of the BXTN. Sorry, not slow. Very fast. Tries to go around the outside of Lex. Lex goes out of position. Gets clocked by BXTN. That's not really a place to make an overtaking maneuver. Keeping in touch behind. He stays in position as Micromash has DNF'd from the session all the way down the order. He's crashed into the wall. And we've already got a safety car. Just like last week early on in the race, which we had a virtual safety car. This time around, we have a full course safety car. And that is going to nullify the field. It's not really the time to come into the pits. I wonder if anybody will gamble and try to go onto a different tyre. I doubt it, though. And he's already gone, but BXTN is all over the back of him and may be able to capitalise on this here. Just 2 tenths between the two of them. He's going to be dumping the battery from his car at the moment, and he has done so. He's going to try up the inside. Slaz locks up a little bit. That's going to send him wide. That sends him on the outside of turn 1. He did so well at the start of this race, and now he's down a position to BXTN and looking under threat from Mr. DJ CJ as well. And here we go again then. Slazenger Volvo rounding out the final corner, breathing down the neck of BXTN, who moments ago took the lead away from him. He's going to try and take it back. On the DRS he goes with overtake, surely on the inside of turn 1. BXTN is going to fight it hard, but it's not going to be enough. Slazenger has that second helping of DRS to help solidify his lead in this race, and it's going to be BXTN who's going to have to do exactly what Slaz did, follow closely for the entirety of this lap. That's Ace, who's crashed out again and caused another safety car. He did the same last week late on in Silverstone. And that charge from Mr. DJ CJ and Binary banking on those hard tyres, that has ruined their race because they're not going to be able to take those tyres to the end. Or do they have another set of mediums maybe? Binary caught sleeping, and CJ already gone on the outside there. Slazenger of Volvo on the outside of turn 14. So close together as they come up to turn 1. Slaz is going to have a look on the inside of turn 1. He comes together slightly with Santry, but it's not going to matter because Slaz already has that position and is up into third. And Binary, these tyres are gone, aren't they, in comparison to fresh hards, which is evident. It goes without saying, but they had no choice. DRS enabled. But it won't be for this lap. Slaz closing in later on the brakes than Binary, but Binary manages to hold on and runs Slaz off the track slightly, and that allows BXTN through, and Slaz gets caught up with BXTN, dips a tyre into the grass, and he's going to lose another place as well, potentially, to Santry, who's very close behind, heading their way soon, and they've got to keep those off because, as we've seen, safety cars can come at any moment. As BXTN slightly collides with the back of Binary, I don't know if he's picked up any wing damage. Look at how close they all are. Slaz, BXTN, Binary. They're going to go into turn 1. BXTN moves to the outside of the corner. But as we've seen time and time again, it's not beneficial to go outside. And Slaz has picked up the place from BXTN. Picks up the place from Binary. A great double overtake into turns 1 and 2 from Slazenger Volvo. And CJ hasn't done enough to break that 1 second gap. The DRS too powerful, and the less grip these tyres have, the more prone they are to locking up. Slaz does the fastest lap of the race. He's going alongside with Mr. DJ CJ, just like in Silverstone. These two are battling, but this time it's Slazenger that comes out on top. Into turn 1 they go. CJ's going to try and fight it, coming back at him, but it's not going to be enough. Those tyres are just too old, too done for, and that's exactly what he needs, is that DRS to keep him away from BXTN, who's now just 1.9 seconds behind Slaz with the fastest lap of the race so far, a 1:17.5. As Lex is making a move on Binary, into turn 1 they go. And Lex on the inside does what others have not, taken the inside line into that corner. And he's shown how easy it becomes to make that move stick. Websy closing in. Is it going to be an overtake? It is. He's looking on the inside. He goes for it, and they collide. Binary closes the door. The door was definitely... It deserved to be open. But yet again... Binary and Websy coming together. Surely Binary knew that Websy was going to try for that move. And here goes Lex on BXTN on the outside of the corner. It's proven before that it's not really the place to make an overtake. These two have come together though, and BXTN's got the DRS. They've collided slightly. Lex and BXTN into the first turn. BXTN manages to hold on. And BXTN... So we got a safety car. Safety car comes out again for the 4th time this race. And that is music to Binary's ears. To CJ's ears. Okay then, into the pits everybody goes. Slazenger Volvo, obviously the first of everybody to put on a fresh set of medium tyres. So it is mediums to the end, and those that are putting on the mediums do have fresh sets, so they'll be very happy about that. It's Slaz, it's CJ, it's BXTN, Lex, Huff and Dolbach, Websy, Binary. Slow out of the box. But stays in 7th place. And Binary on a fresh set of hard tyres. So a bit of a pace disadvantage there for Binary. Maybe he didn't have the fresh set of mediums to go. And BXTM was all over that and took the lead of the race into the first corner. And this time, Slaz has gone and CJ is 6 tenths behind. It looked like CJ was wise to it, but already had a bit of a gap. So Slaz manages to pull away. 7 tenths between the two of them. Had a couple of lockups there, and Lex a little bit out of shape. That's Huff and Dolbach making an overtake on Lex. There was a little bit of contact there. You could just see a bit of carbon fibre come off one of the cars. I'm not sure whose car it was. But Lex has been overtaken by Huff and Dolbach, the driver ahead. We've got 3 cars very close, and that's Websy on the inside of 2. And he takes 4th place. They're also very close. Lex is going to try and come back at Websy. He's going to put him on the outside of the corner. Websy just a little bit out of shape, and that's going to allow Huff and Dolbach to come back at him. It's so close between them. Websy's always in close battles, isn't he? I kind of feel sorry for him because it's just always so close and always seems to pick up contact. Out at turn 14. He's 4 tenths behind, 3 tenths behind. Is CJ going to try and make an overtaking move? Yes, he is. Hard on the brakes he goes. Late on the brakes. Locks up and goes very deep into the corner. It's going to put him on the back foot compared to Slaz. And Slaz lives to fight another day. CJ, who's going to have DRS from the car in front, has a little look. This is going to be brave from BXTN. There's no space there. CJ does very well to see it, though. Half-hearted move from BXTN. Put himself under immense pressure. And he's going to want to be a bit closer than that. CJ did well. Slazenger Volvo out of the final corner. The final lap has begun. There's going to be no more overtaking opportunities here. This is it. This is your last chance. Websy looking up on the inside of Lex. Is he going to make the move? No, he's not. Just 1 tenth behind, but there wasn't enough space. Binary gets Huff and Dolbach, though. He goes on the inside of turn 1. Huff and Dolbach fights it. But unfortunately, misses out. Is down into 7th. Binary picking up 6th place. And this is where we're going to be on the lookout for desperate moves, because this is your last chance. BXTN and Lex going side by side into turn 4. Again, it's not going to be enough. There's not enough room there to fit 2 cars. We've seen it happen before, but BXTN is not obliged to lead the space. We've got a yellow flag for Cottony Goblin coming out of the first corner. That's Ace, sorry. And Websy and Lex very close to each other. Binary's picked up a 3-second time penalty, and that's going to put Huff and Dolbach ahead. But here goes Slazenger of Volvo, rounding out the final corner, crosses the line and wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. CJ comes 2nd, BXTN comes 3rd, Lex 4th, Websy 5th, Huff and Dolbach takes 6th place away from Binary, who got that 3-second time penalty. Santry brings it home in 8th. We've got 4 more cars to cross the line in a certain order. Here comes David Kovalaki, 15 seconds off Santry. with penalties, and he finishes 9th. Where's Reese Max? Reese Max picks up the final point of the race, brings it home in 10th. Ace crossed the line in 11th, and Cottony Goblin is our final finisher for this race. Assassin Savage and Micro Mash DNF'd from the session.